Ace Podcast.
You are listening to Super Co-op Squad, episode 25. We're a quarter way to 100.
Hello and welcome, squad mates, to another episode of the Super Co-op Squad podcast. I am one of your hosts, Johnny Mac, and I'm joined here with my fellow host, Garrett. Hi! And Joshua.
Was that Kirby?
That was Kirby.
Okay. Hi.
Yeah, that's, I don't know if either one of those were great Kirby.
Mine wasn't supposed to be Kirby.
That wasn't a good Kirby either.
See ya!
Well, we're not good at voice acting. It's not our profession. But we are good at talking about games, movies, comics, TV shows, everything just related to pop culture. We enjoy it. We love it. And every week we sit down to discuss it. And we'll break down the latest and greatest news and announcement from the previous week and our thoughts on them. This is your spoiler warning, so before we hop into any content, just be aware that we're going to discuss any and everything that comes to our minds and to our hearts. So if you don't want to know about it or wanted to skip past it, feel free to go ahead and go to the link in the description and details of this episode. There'll be a link for you to follow. It takes us directly to the show notes. In the show notes, you'll be able to see all of our topics. You'll also be able to see the timestamps to know when and where you should skip around anything that you don't want to know about. So go ahead and grab those if you need to. If not, then keep on pumping on. All right, so this week, guys, it was an interesting week, but some fun stuff. So we're gonna get into a lot of different random Star Wars news. We had the Star Wars celebration that just wrapped up. Xbox One has some nice info for us. It's gonna be hurting, I think, a lot of retail chains, and we'll get into specifically what peak TV is and what that is, and kind of what problems that might be for us as media consumers, and what that might mean for just the general population of viewers. To start off, though, we'll start with the Star Wars stuff. So, all kinds of Star Wars news here, guys. First off, I thought this was the biggest thing for me.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, Last Jedi. The trailer got leaked. We'll start with that. It wasn't where I was going to go, but we'll go with that.
Oh, where were you going to go?
I was going to go something else. We'll come around to it. But yeah, the Last Jedi trailer launched, and that got leaked and or announced by Star Wars and shown. Did any of you watch it?
Of course I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me spoil it for you guys.
Don't
Spoil it for you guys.
Just tell me what
Will
you
you
thought
just
of it.
give a spoiler warning to the
Yes.
fans of the show? And
But
you're
I need to make sure my own spoilers don't happen. So just so you're aware, long-time
biased.
listeners might know this. If you're new, Garrett and I are in media blackout for Star Wars. We did this for Star Wars Rogue One. I'll do it for every Star Wars movie that comes out. And I think Garrett follows suit there.
Aye.
So yeah, we don't do trailers. We don't do none of that stuff. Joshua, you don't do that. You're fair game for anything.
How are we supposed to talk about it if I can't talk about it?
No, you're supposed to talk about it.
You tell us if you liked it or not, what you thought, but vaguely. Vaguely.
Very vaguely.
That's not allowing me to talk about it. Okay, so how can I put it without spoiling it for you guys while spoiling it for everybody else? Go watch it. No, it didn't show too much.
Well, hold on. How much is too much?
Well, I can't say because you guys will be upset at me.
Okay.
Then it showed too much.
Did it do a good job of teasing the movie and getting you hyped up?
Not for me. You do see characters that, of course, are going to come back.
Whoa. Easy.
Okay, do you see some lightsaber action?
You see,
That's too much.
That's not too much.
Come on. You see very minimal lightsaber action.
Okay.
You assume who the Last Jedi is in that trailer.
Do we hear Mark Hamill speak in the trailer?
You see Mark Hamill.
He still has no speaking role as of yet.
You see him talk. So yes, you see him speak.
Okay, but you hear his voice.
He speaketh.
You hear his voice.
He narrates.
Okay, so then we see all the big guys coming back.
I can't tell you.
Whatever. All right.
It was a good trailer. It definitely shows that, hey, this is actually a thing, and it does have some suspense in it, but it wasn't enough to build a hype train.
Do you see any Kylo Ren? Did you like that?
You see Kylo Ren. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Sweet. Cool. So moving on, Carrie Fisher, sadly enough, will not be featured in the next episode after Last Jedi, Star Wars Episode 9. This is after her brother stated that she would indeed be included in the film, and it turns out from Star Wars executives that she indeed will not be. So I don't know how it feels.
Episode 9. She will not be in it.
She'll be in 8. She fully filmed all of 8, of her role in 8. She did not film anything for 9. So, they're not going at this point to put her in that. How do you guys feel about that? I, for one, I'm a little sad that she won't be finishing. I understand where it's coming from, but it sucks, man.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It sucks, but I understand why. A little confused on why there's contradicting
Yeah, a lot of confusion,
stories
right?
here. Yeah, why is her brother under the impression that she's in it, and Star Wars executives are saying no, she's not.
Yeah, that's a
where's
weird
that?
one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder. I mean, I don't think they've actually really jumped into filming episode 9.
No, probably not.
But assuming that she doesn't die in episode 8, she probably would or should have been in episode 9. So are they going to rewrite her out? Are they going to come up with something else entirely?
So they've already announced that they've kind of reworked the episode 9 script so that she is not going to be featured in it. That doesn't mean that she won't have her own part to play off screen. They could very easily have another character say General Leia blah 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 says this and this, or command down from General Leia. Those kind of things, it's very possible. They may not kill her character off.
Yeah, but it's not the same to not see her in the movie.
You're right, it's not. And I feel sad, but I mean, if this is the best way that Disney can think of to honor her memory, as long as they're doing it for that reason, then that's fine with me. And I would hope that that's the reason they're doing it, is more so to, not try and take this person's, iconic character and just continue to make money from the grave.
Yeah.
But from what her brother said, if it seemed like her family wanted her in the film, then I don't see a problem with it if her family is okay with that.
I mean, they're the ones that have the say, right?
Right. And again, I've talked about it before with you guys, but I feel like with actors in iconic roles like this must be part of conversations that happen between the executives and all the staff on these movies and those older actors. If so-and-so is coming back for an old, to reprise a role, and he's 75 years old or 68, they talk about everything, what you can say to the media, what you can't say, what you can reveal, what you can do, what you can't do while you're working. They must have these kind of if you die type of scenarios. So they must know that she was either okay or not with, having her featured in film after her death.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, if they did have that talk, then the studio needs to provide that information or some kind of evidence that they did have that talk.
I don't think that. Why would they have to provide that? To who? To us?
Well,
to who?
Well, yes, I think it would look good.
To us?
Yes.
I don't think so. If they have the rights to do something, they don't have to tell us at all.
Interesting how you feel that way, but you don't feel that you should know.
Because if the family is okay with it, and then the studio goes ahead and uses her, the family is not going to make a big stink about it. They'll just move on like they are.
But people might.
Who cares what people think? It's about what the family thinks. This is about her personal
No,
legacy.
I completely understand that. But if the family already came to that conclusion that it's fine, and you're going to get backlash for doing it, people are going to have things to say. Why not just say we've got the okay?
They could say that. I'm just saying they don't have to, because I'm not looking at it from a standpoint of a PR thing. I'm looking at a standpoint of her legacy and the respect to her family. Okay. And in the respect of her family, it doesn't matter what the world thinks.
No.
So I don't know. Just difference of opinions there. So who else is not going to be in some of these movies? Billy D. Williams, not going to be in episode 8, at least by his own words.
Who dat?
Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams?
Lando
Calrissian.
Oh, okay.
Harvey Dent.
I mean, he wanted to be Harvey Dent.
No, he was Harvey Dent.
Not Harvey Dent in the 1966 Batman.
Who said anything about 1966 Batman?
Oh, you're talking about the...
Jeez.
Yeah. Never mind.
1980.
Yeah, you're talking about, the original Batman. Yeah, for a brief little piece.
Anyway.
Yeah, so not going to be in episode 8. That's kind of sad.
I really don't care.
Wow. Really?
I like Billy D. Williams, but I don't need Lando in the movie.
I definitely need Lando. I don't think it's fair to not bring him back. You brought everybody else back. Like, why would you not bring back the one black character besides Finn?
Maybe Lando doesn't have a...
He was Han's best friend.
Maybe he died.
I mean, maybe, but that just doesn't seem... It doesn't seem right to me to exclude him.
Maybe he shows up in episode 9.
Hopefully, because I don't like it. I don't like this, that they won't bring him in. Chewbacca's back. Every single other major character is back except him. That just seems off to me. Maybe he burned some bridges somewhere, but I feel he should definitely be in this movie. I'm actually pretty pissed that he's not.
I see where you're coming from. I don't agree with it, though. I don't look at it that way. I don't look at it like, why are they excluding this one black character?
Well, I was just saying that for, it's just to make it kind of a point. But even if he wasn't black, even if he was white or Mexican or Hispanic, whatever, the fact is he's one of the iconic people that you think of in Star Wars. And for him not to be in it is, I think, not great. he led the end of the rebellion and blew up the second Death Star. Or actually, he didn't blow it up. He led the charge through the Death Star. Wedge blew it up. But still, I think it's a problem.
He could be just lying.
Maybe he is. We'll see. I don't know, but I don't like it.
Why you always lying?
Also, episode 8 will reportedly have the reveal of the parentage of Rey.
All right.
So that's not a spoiler alert at all.
So I mean that's not in the trailer.
Maybe
Well, we don't know.
Maybe
We didn't
it
see the trailer.
Okay, maybe I suppose. Yeah, I don't really care about this. I never really cared about this. Who is she from? Kind of stuff. I'm sure she's a Skywalker, but whatever. So moving on to some actual gaming stuff here. Star Wars Battlefront 2 has been announced. And I thought it was pretty awesome. They showed some new characters that are going to be in it.
They show some old characters that are going to be in it.
Yeah,
which are new to that game.
Yeah, Darth Maul's going to be in it. Kylo Ren, Rey. So that's pretty cool.
I don't care.
Wow.
I didn't care for the first one.
Well, do you care for the original?
Never played them.
You're missing out. I'm liking the fact it's going to have single player campaign.
Yeah, I mean, you take a game that's online only, and people want to have a campaign for it. That's what happened with Titanfall, and that didn't work out too well. So, are the majority of people that buy this game going to play single player? Probably not.
I think it just enhances the game to have it.
Yeah,
and
more reason to spend the price point for it.
Yeah, and they're also going to have a more robust multiplayer. They're going to have the space battle or the air battles come back, and that was not really heavily featured in Star Wars Battlefront on PS4 and Xbox One and PC. So that's going to be good. And they're going to have console split screen, which I thought is really good. I like seeing games that have co-op split screen.
I'm bringing it back.
Some people are. I mean, I think it's important just for families that don't have multiple consoles. And the last thing for me is no season pass.
Yet.
Yeah. Well, they made a statement that they said that they don't want to splinter their play group because they had a big problem with that with Star Wars Battlefront. If you guys had played it, I'm not sure if you did. I did. The game, the way it began and the way the game ended as far as all the content that they added, it was a vastly different game by the end, what you could do in the game by the end of its run as opposed to the beginning. So if you hop on the beginning and you fell off and you didn't buy any of the content or the season pass,
which is exactly what I did.
Then if you would have played it compared to the end when they have everything available, all these different things, the game was a lot different, a lot more fun. I think a lot more robust.
You have to buy that stuff.
You do, which is why they're not going season pass this time because they realize that
microtransactions.
Yes, that's possible. But for as much of all the good they might have done to fix the game, because people were very unhappy with the game in the beginning, they might have fixed all those things, but because nobody bought the season pass content, they didn't experience it. So they still feel that the game was still in its original bad state.
Okay.
So doing it this way, it might start off bad, but as they make their adjustments and fixes, the community will grow. And I hate mentioning the game, but Overwatch does this where there's no season pass.
Hold on.
I just hate mentioning it because it's an example we use often. But it is one of the better ways, or League of Legends, or Heroes of the Storm.
Why you got to hate on Overwatch?
I'm just saying that these are games that I don't hate it. They don't have season passes, and because of this, any content they roll out is available for all players, so everyone can experience what kind of game and changes they have, which is good for the game and is good for the industry.
But you hate it.
I just hate that I mention it.
He's talking about it.
All the time. I need another option for a game that does great with rollouts of content without charging. But to be honest, there's just not.
Other games should do that.
There's not as many. It's sad to say. But yeah, I'm very excited for this for Star Wars.
Do we have dates for both movie and game?
I believe November 17th is the release date for Star Wars Battlefront 2. And it's December 15th for Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Right before Christmas.
As always, that's their thing. So
yep.
Yeah, I'm liking this.
Another $1 billion movie?
It'll do it, I'm sure. It'll
looking forward to it.
Yeah. So in Xbox news, new stuff here. I thought this was big, and for multiple reasons we'll get into. Xbox One will soon allow for digital game refunds. So purchasing digital content, or at least games, maybe not DLC, will allow for you to request and receive refunds.
Did they confirm that they were doing that, or is it
pretty
just a
much
rumor?
Confirmed? So at least sometime in the near future, I believe June is the around period time where they're going to have this roll out. But Xbox Live preview program, if you're a part of that, then you are already able to take part in this and test it out. Preview program as a select group of Xbox One gamers to receive the updates and rollouts for content and like user interface updates early to test them and give back feedback, things like that. One of their users posted a Reddit screenshot detailing the specifics of how a refund will be given. Refunds may be requested within 14 days of purchase of the game or the app.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Are we okay? I think that's good. GameStop does 7 days, 1 week.
Yeah,
Here you're getting 2 weeks.
You're getting 2 weeks. Yeah, now I think that's good. Now this next part,
just wait for number 2.
Yeah, this next part you may not be happy with. So gameplay time for the game may not exceed 2 hours.
Yeah. I understand why. They're kind of getting rid of that. What I used to do was just buy a used copy of a Lego game, beat it real quick, and then bring it back.
Yeah.
Get all the achievements and be done with it. Here they want to make sure that you aren't, fully playing the game and beat it and just trying to get your money back.
Yeah, they're making sure to limit the returns based upon if you're unhappy with the purchase, rather than I beat the content.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it, but it's fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think it makes the point of 14 days pretty useless.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, if it's only 2 hours, why not just leave it a month or whatever, like a retail store would do?
Yeah.
So I think that's a little stingy on that side when I'm looking at the fact that I can only play it for 2 hours.
But within 14 days.
Yeah. On the flip side, though, if you open a brand new game at Walmart, from Walmart, Target, Best Buy, GameStop.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you played it for a second or not. Once you unwrap it, you can't get your money back. So I guess from that standpoint, it's still a little bit more lenient.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it is rough for 2 hours. No mention on how long it's going to take for the refund to come back to you, or what grounds they can have to deny you, other than if you wait 14 days or 2 hours. I'm sure they might have other stipulations.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have multiple returns happening in the same, time frame of 3 months or 6, they might say, hey, you've exceeded your limit.
Banned.
Yeah, so those things might also take a part. They haven't explicitly said those things.
Might even be a thing where, like, say you buy a deluxe copy of a game and it comes with DLC, like you have to return the DLC too.
But since you can't return DLC, they might only give you a percentage, 40% or 80%, since the DLC content is yours, skins or what have you.
Yeah.
Some loopholes I thought of is if I purchase the game and another user on my Xbox plays it for 3 hours, 2.5 hours, or whatever, they go well over, can I still return the game? Because I did not play it for 2 hours.
I would say no, you wouldn't be able to return it because it's under your account. Or if your account has 2 hours logged in, that account cannot return the game.
But what if it's not under my account? What if it's under someone else's account?
Then that account can return it. Well, unless it went over.
So if let's say user A purchases the game,
yes,
but user B, who has access to that console, plays the game for 15 hours, can user A still return that game?
I would say no.
I think they'll tie it to the serial number or something.
I agree.
Or they'll make it where these type of downloaded games you can't play offline.
See, they can't do that. They could not make it so the downloadable games can't be played offline. People would riot. That was a problem they had with their digital rights management issues in 2014. Which leads me to the next little loophole, though, is if I have 2 Xbox Ones with my account on both, if I download the game on both consoles, then unplug from the internet the second console with the game downloaded, I can play it and then return it on Xbox One number 1 and still play on Xbox One number 2 until I link it back up online, thus playing the game for free.
I think it'll somehow link back and they'll just charge you for the game again.
Ooh, that'd be nasty.
It'll be in
so
there
it's
somehow.
stealing a game.
Yeah,
it is stealing. You're right. These are just loopholes I thought of.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how this is part of the test, but the only way to test this is to purchase a game and refund it,
and then see what comes. Roll the dice.
May comes. I haven't gotten my game back, so do I not play it? If I try to return it, am I still able to play it if it takes too long?
Rolling the dice on that one.
Do I have to delete it from my system?
So how big is this? Where does this sit as far as being an influence in the gaming industry, retail, online purchases?
I think this is big. I think this is definitely a step up compared to Sony and the other competition, where you're reaching outside of the box. You're coming up with unique ways to allow people to come to your install base. So, hey, if you buy a digital game and for some whatever reason you're short on funds, you need your money back. You literally played it for 30 minutes and you're like, this game sucks, or it's super buggy. I just want to bring it back. I played the first hour of Destiny and I'm just not into it. I want to bring it back. You have that option now. And I think it really is a stamp on what could happen and what could change. because maybe they extend the gameplay time where it's okay. Now we're upping it to 4 hours because 2 hours is not enough to play to dive into an RPG or something like that. So I think this is huge. I think this is a really good thing that they're offering, and hopefully it sticks.
Yeah, I do. You said like there's something Sony's not doing. I do hope Sony takes notice of this. And
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I think they will. But damn, I feel this is going to hurt retail. Because, I mean, over the past 2 or 3 years, you guys knowing me, I've been a big advocate of purchasing physically, mostly because I feel you don't have true ownership of whatever you're purchasing digitally. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you're purchasing is access to play, but once a server goes down or once your account gets whatever banned or lost or hacked or stole, whatever, you don't actually have the physical item. You don't own anything.
I would argue that it has the same result with the physical copy, though. If servers go down, if your account gets banned, and even though you have the physical game, you still won't be able to play it.
No, if I have my account get banned and I own a physical disc, I can just make a new account and play the disc. I have the disc; it's not linked to my account.
Okay,
you're right. Though, with the servers,
barring that,
yeah, the servers are an issue. But the other issue that I was going to come to is me being able to sell the game, trade the game, give the game away. Exchange a game with a friend, mail it to someone. If I buy a game digitally from Xbox or PlayStation, that's it. I can't do any of those options. I'm stuck with the game on my account and I can't do anything with it as property. And if I own something in the real world, I can do those things. But with this is them removing all those little bullet points. I've been talking about that. One of the bullet points was returning. I can't return it if I don't like it. This is a bullet point gone. And so slowly, started with Steam and other PC clients, they slowly have been getting rid of all those bullet points as to reasons why you shouldn't buy digitally.
Now, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I believe I heard that they're looking into you being able to trade in your digital copies or being able to trade in digital games.
Steam has been looking at something like that, but I think it was more so you being able to sell your game, like your the key to your game essentially to another user. So you can sell a game's key to someone else.
Okay.
You couldn't trade it back to Steam. I don't know if Steam's rolled that out yet, but if they do, I would hope that Microsoft and Sony, Nintendo's far behind on this, but pick up on that. Yeah, because if I say, hey, I bought this game for $60, I can't return it to Microsoft or Steam, and I hate it, but hey, you know what, Joshua? I'll sell it to you for $30, bro. I mean, that way I have the ability to use it more as something physically purchased, and I actually have more ownership rights to it.
I can actually see this being a thing where you can sell games and maybe set up through, how if you download something digitally and it has you set up, okay, well, how are you going to purchase this with Xbox money or your card information or something like that you can kind of have do kind of like transactions with friends where I'll sell my friend this game for let's set it at $25 or something like that, and then they have a whole charge system that you can do and start downloading it. I see this being a thing.
Or even if even if one of those companies made it a very minimal amount of money that they receive. So if I sell a game for $30, like let's say PayPal does, you sell them for $30, they take I think 4%.
Yeah, they'll take a cut for sure.
Yeah, I mean it would suck, but a couple of pennies doesn't really hurt each individual person, but over a couple 100,000 to a couple million, that's a big chunk of money for Microsoft for doing literally nothing. And you know what would be crazy, as a matter of fact? It'd be them becoming GameStop, because they would be they'd be getting money off of transactions just for trading. That's all you're doing at that point. You're trading the game to someone else, and they're making free money off of that. That would be
possibilities.
Crazy.
Maybe. The only thing I see that would go against that is if you are taking away, say you have 5 people that already have it that want to sell it, and then you have 5 people that don't have it and want to buy it. Are you going to make more money having those other 5 people buy it from you? Or are you going to make more money taking a cut of someone else selling it for you? And then out of all the people that are going to buy share games, are you going to be more profitable taking a little cut? Or just saying, no, you have to buy a full copy of that?
I see your point. So what you're saying is, if people begin trading their games to each other, or trading their games to each other and selling them versus buying the game outright, all of them, then you're losing money that way. I would argue, though, that they would only be losing the money from people that are buying pre-owned copies in store right now, because they're not getting any money, the developer or Microsoft or Sony, if a game is purchased at Games for Less or Games Warehouse or GameStop or Best Buy pre-owned. They're not getting anything. And let's say the amount of people that are buying the game physically would decrease as well. Because if I know that, hey, if for me personally, like if I know that I can buy this game digitally and I can still sell it the same way, and I don't have to buy it from Best Buy or Target or whoever's selling pre-owned merchandise, I might be more inclined to purchase digitally now versus physically like I was. So now the number of people buying digitally goes up as well. So they'll be pulling people away from trade-ins at GameStop or whoever.
No, go ahead.
To add to that, I think there's two reasons that could help curve that worry. One being you can only sell games to people on your friends list.
Yep.
So only the friends. That kind of curves it. So it's not just anyone can buy a used digital game or whatever. And two, if a game is multiplayer and you want to play with your friends, they would still have to buy their own copy of the game. Yeah, no,
I see your point, Joshua. I think you're right. You could have a small percentage of people that do the GameStop thing, right, or the Best Buy thing for pre-owned, where they'll just wait till a pre-owned copy comes in and then buy it pre-owned. Mm-hmm. But if that's the case, Microsoft and whatever developer made the game or publisher, they weren't making money off that transaction anyway.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Would a developer also get a cut?
I'd imagine they'd have to. That's the only way that they would allow.
Get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. Because developers and publishers do not like the fact they don't get a cut of pre-owned purchases. Yeah. So this would alleviate that. So I mean, now we look at buying physically. The only things that buying physically has over digital is being able to sell it, because you still can't do that. You can't return it. That was hypothetical conversation, just in case. we got way off topic there, but you can't trade games.
Good conversation, though. Good conversation.
Yeah, it was. So now trading it in, that's the only thing. The price point is a problem. Download speed and hard drive size. Just those four things.
Also loaning it to friends.
Yeah, loaning. Well, it came with trading, selling back. But okay, selling back, trading, loaning, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Hard drive size, download speed, and the purchase price. Because I still feel personally that a physical game should cost more than a digital one, because it doesn't cost as much money to sell me a digital copy versus a physical one.
Until that day, though, that's not the case.
No, it's not. And that probably will never happen. But if they got rid of the other 3 points where I can trade and I can return and exchange, I already getting rid of returning problems. And then the download speed and the hard drive sizes, damn, they're killing retail.
Yeah.
It's sad, cold world you're living in, retail. Sad, cold world.
Bye, GameStop.
And Best Buy and Target, all their game sections gone.
Bye.
All right, so our first game segment of the podcast, Fan Favorites. We picked 10 rapid-fire questions and each chose answers to see where we stand opposed and where we stand united in fandom. Play along and find out just what are your fan favorites. So I had to pick this week, gentlemen. And it's getting a little rougher, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's getting a little rougher, but it's fun. It makes it more unique now. So I had some fun with this one, and I was watching some oldies but goodies, some classic TV Land stuff. I thought about
okay.
I thought about our childhood and a little bit before our childhood, just classic shows. And I thought, what are some of our favorite classic TV shows? And again, this is 90s and 80s and some of it a little bit before, but a mix. So I want to know just what are your favorite TV shows? Which one would you pick over the other?
Okay, all right, I'm down.
Let's see what we know or don't know.
I would hope you know 90% of these shows.
I probably know the name, doesn't mean I've seen it.
You should see 90% of these, I hope.
Okay,
here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go. Garrett, are you ready?
Yes.
You're up. I Love Lucy or Happy Days?
I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy as well. Love you, Lucy. Brady Bunch or Gilligan's Island?
Gilligan's Island.
I think I'd rather watch Gilligan's Island.
Here on Gilligan's Island. The Jeffersons or The Cosby Show?
I don't think that was the...
I don't think so either.
That you sing that, but The Cosby Show.
Cosby Show.
The Jeffersons.
Huh.
Fresh Prince or Full House?
That's not fair. Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince, hands down.
Fresh Prince. Friends or How I Met Your Mother?
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother.
Him.
Married with Children or Malcolm in the Middle?
Married with Children.
Married with Children.
Married with Children.
Dang.
Sister or Family Matters?
Family Matters?
Family Matters.
Sister.
Oh.
Saved by the Bell or Boy Meets World?
Boy Meets World for one reason.
Topanga? Saved by the Bell.
Boy Meets World.
Topanga.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Xena Warrior Princess?
Xena.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Martin or Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Martin.
I'm gonna go Martin.
What's
up? How y'all feel?
Gina!
Get to stepping. All right, so I Live Lucy or Happy Days.
Oh man,
I Love Lucy.
Come on.
Yeah, it's just classic.
No competition.
Happy Days was a great show.
Happy Days has a great theme.
Monday, Tuesday,
Happy Days. Wednesday,
I think we missed a day.
Happy Days. No, Monday,
Yeah,
Tuesday.
that was Monday. Yeah.
The week starts
Saturday, Sunday? No, it starts with
That's
Sunday,
That's
Monday.
at the end.
Did they say Sunday, Monday?
Oh, it is Sunday,
Yeah,
Monday.
Sunday, Monday.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You're right. It was a fun show. It had the Fawns and
Hey.
yeah, he was a cool guy.
I didn't watch Happy Days.
I
He was
knew-
a real,
I also
he was a
didn't
real
watch Happy
nerd,
Days.
though. I don't know if you ever seen him in real life. He is not a cool guy. Nerdy, super nerdy. It's kind of funny.
I know he likes
Nerdy and
fishing.
not cool?
Like he's a straight up nerd, bro. Like, nah.
That doesn't mean he's not cool. Are you talking about like cool?
Dude,
or
all
he's
right.
not cool?
Is
to-
Bill Gates cool? Is he like no? Bill Gates is not a cool dude. This guy's he's not cool. I
Bill
can't think of
Gates,
his name.
you're real cool.
I mean,
If
you're
you wanna
awesome,
send,
Bill
If you want
Gates,
to
but-
send me any money,
I wouldn't classify you up there with like 1980s Michael Jackson or not. Like you're not cool, but it's okay.
I thought you meant not cool, meaning he was mean.
No, like he's not a cool dude. Like he's not hip and like hippity.
Hey.
But yeah, I Love Lucy. It's just you can't beat that.
Nope.
so good.
Black and white.
Brady Bunch versus Gilligan's Island.
Never watched Brady Bunch.
Wow.
Didn't care.
I didn't watch either, but I would probably not want to watch a dramatic household family.
Well, it wasn't dramatic. It was a comedy.
Yeah, I know.
You should probably watch Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island was a great show. It was funny. Both these shows actually had a lot of interesting facts about them. So I'll start with Brady Bunch because none of us picked it. Brady Bunch had all kinds of problems internally with like the show writers and the
cast.
In particular the dad. He was very particular about the writing, and if things didn't seem real or like if you thought things were stupid, he would almost force them to rewrite things.
Wow.
Now, a lot of it was for the good of the show. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the changes he made were great, but you're rubbing your writers and your staff the wrong way. And it was rough. And those kids, man, they're supposed to be brother and sister. Some of those kids had relationships. Like, yeah, okay, I mean, now it's not a problem. You don't think about it.
Like
But
Game
back-
of Thrones.
But back then, no, they weren't. They're not really related, dude. But back then people took TV, even though it was a comedy, a bit more serious. So people really thought they were brother and sister. So like you can't really be kissing and stuff. Because so it had to be hush hush. And I believe not that it's a problem now, but back then the father was homosexual, was gay, so he really didn't like kissing and all that kind of thing with the wife. So that was a problem for him. And again, I want to state that's not a problem for me. It's just a problem back in 1960s. Like it was not something that was accepted back then, although it should have been.
Yeah. Free love and all.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right. So a lot of issues there. Gilligan's Island had a more funny take. So people really thought they were trapped on an island.
Yeah.
The government got thousands of letters like, go save those poor people.
Really?
Yes, this is real. People really thought they were on an island.
I mean, come on, they're making
Like the-
radios out of coconuts.
The first reality show?
That's what I thought. I'm like, is this the first idea for a reality show?
I remember hearing
The original
that, yeah.
Survivor.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Save these people.
Yeah, but and you're like, what do you want me to do, guys? It's a TV show.
All right, you guys need to come here and tell everyone you're okay.
Right.
All right, we're going back to the island now.
So the Jeffersons versus the Cosby Show.
Cosby Show's
Cosby's,
classic.
man.
Cosby Show's good, but I like the Jeffersons, man. They're funny.
I like the first few seasons, not like when they were older.
For what?
For Cosby Show. I like when all the kids are younger.
I had the biggest crush on Denise.
Meh.
And also, I didn't watch the Jeffersons.
Jeffersons was good. Moving on.
I
up
also
to the
did
east
not
side.
watch the Jeffersons. I know about it, and
Got a deluxe apartment in the sky. Fresh Prince versus Full House.
Sorry, I didn't. As soon as I heard Fresh Prince, game's over.
yeah, no, I get it. I also picked Fresh Prince, but it's Full House,
Well,
man.
you didn't pick Full House.
I didn't grow up with
Uncle
Full House,
Jesse,
so I didn't.
Uncle
care for it.
Joey,
You didn't pick Full House.
I
Stephanie Tanner's pretty hot.
Wow.
didn't care for Full House growing up.
Nor did I. So just like kind of with the Brady Bunch, for me, I just can't relate to it at all.
You don't have to relate to a show to enjoy it.
A little bit, I think you do. For me. For me, I don't know.
Fair enough for you.
I just had nothing there that really grounded me.
But I mean, Fresh Prince.
Yeah, Fresh Prince. I mean, it's the
You're
Fresh Prince.
a Kirk Cameron kind of guy, aren't you?
No,
I bet.
Growing pains.
no, I actually didn't like. Okay, but yeah, Fresh Prince is awesome.
It's
There's no beating
still
it.
like one of the best ones today.
I don't think at any point in time ever will we ever mention Fresh Prince in one of these fan favorites and not pick it.
Yep.
I think
I
it's just up there.
Challenge accepted.
We'll see. I don't think you could ever get me to not pick the Fresh Prince for something.
If you compare it to another sitcom or something, no.
Yeah.
You just say Fresh Prince versus like
Challenge accepted.
Powerpuff Girls or something.
Yeah, Fresh Prince will still win. But okay, we'll see what you can do with it, Garrett. Next one, Friends versus How I Met Your Mother.
I didn't watch either.
Friends.
God,
I've seen How I Met Your Mother. I've seen a couple seasons.
I've watched almost all of Friends. I've binge watched all the seasons of How I Met Your Mother. I love that show. Barney is just awesome. There's a cat that scared me. A cat ran by the window and scared the crap out of me.
I saw it and I was like,
Yeah, it was a black cat. So hopefully there's no luck, bad luck there.
no, it's a hood cat.
That's a very mean, common
Misconception.
thank you, misconception.
About
And a lot of black cats actually don't get adopted for that reason.
well, I'm sorry.
I know.
I don't like any cats. I'm a dog guy. So, but yeah, I like Him Yim a lot. It's just a great show. It ended a little poorly, but great show overall.
Never watch Friends.
missing
Never
out.
care to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, but certain instances I try to watch it now and I think, oh, they tried too hard.
I think it's a bygone era. It's
It's most definitely.
it's past. It's
we're
past.
going to talk about some
And
of that
I
stuff
never,
later.
I
Yeah.
never watched How I Met Your Mother either.
I think you probably like it.
He won't. Married with Children versus Malcolm in the Middle. Married with Children was awesome.
So I didn't watch it until like way past its time.
That's probably the better time to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
When you're older.
I watched it prime time and I watched it as an adult. It's still awesome.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch, just like I wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons and those adult type of shows back then.
Married with Children is a very adult show.
Oh, yes. I
It is.
probably wouldn't have understood it had I watched it in its time.
There's no way that show comes out nowadays. No, in our
Of course not.
in our
no
PC
way.
our PC privilege check era of life, it just does
Check
not
yourself,
happen.
bro.
Huh?
Check yourself.
Yeah, it's not. It could not come out. Actually, it's funny. A lot of shows back then could not come out nowadays.
Oh, no.
Even TV like
Different
cartoons.
times.
Yeah, different times. Crazy.
What was the other show?
Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, I'd never watched any of that.
Oh,
Same here.
Oh, Malcolm
Yeah.
in the Middle was so good.
That and Even Stevens. And
Bryan Cranston was on that.
Oh,
He
I
was,
know.
but that was before I knew who Bryan Cranston was.
He was awesome in that
he
show.
went from dad to meth addict cook.
Well, he was
to
still a
He's still
dad.
a
Power
dad.
Ranger.
He wasn't.
Yeah,
even-
okay.
Okay.
You haven't seen the movie.
I haven't. Sister, or Family Matters.
I did watch a lot of both. Family Matters.
I
It's more grounded for sure.
watched neither.
Wow, you never watched
Wow.
I know that's where Urkel's from.
You
That's
missed.
why I picked it.
You missed a time.
Yeah, you missed a great show. Okay, so a couple things that are funny about Family Matters. Honestly, if you take out Urkel, that show sucks, bro.
Oh, it was all about Urkel.
Well, okay, so here's the thing about this show, though. It wasn't supposed to star him at all. He was supposed to be a character that came back once every now and again. And in the first couple of episodes, he was featured, and he resonated so strongly with audiences. They decided to keep bringing him back. That's why you don't see him in the very beginning very much, and then all of a sudden, he's in like every episode.
I'm sure. I mean, it's not about him, but it became a staple.
It became about him.
Yeah.
By the end, it was his show.
I mean, he's Sonic.
As a matter of fact, it was a common misconception that people would call the show Urkel. It was very common, which I thought was pretty funny.
But you pick Sister.
Oh yeah, because Sister is just, I love that show. Tia and Tamara Mowry. Yeah, then they had their brother, the smart guy, his own show.
Is that a spinoff? Was it connected? Or was Smart Guy its own show?
I think it was Ty. It was a spinoff. I don't think he was in Sister, but I think he appeared in it at times.
Okay.
And then I think vice versa, they appeared in his show.
I didn't know he had a show.
Yeah, it was Smart Guy. Who was like a kid.
that was him?
A smart
Yeah.
guy.
I never watched that. I was
Smart
out
guy.
of Disney
Oh,
TV.
in a certain kind of world, I'm glad I got my
You
girl.
just mixed two different shows theme songs together.
So, fun fact. So, if you guys don't already know, my mom's a cop, and back then she was part of the DARE program,
Oh, okay.
and their little brother was in her class.
Smart
Oh
guy.
wow, that's cool.
Whatever is
Is
Taj
it Taj?
Mowry.
Yeah,
Taj
I
Mowry?
think it's Taj.
Yeah, he
Mowry.
was in one of her classes, or she was a part of the event.
That's
Nice.
cool.
She randomly said it once. I was like,
He
really?
was actually in high school. Or I don't know if he went to college for, but I know in high school because He was a little older than me, a year or two. He was an amazing football player, like really good. He was like a county star.
Did he go to our school?
No,
I was going to say.
But I played football, so I mean, like I paid attention.
You hear things. And...
Yeah, I mean, he's in the paper and stuff. He was really good.
You ever tackle him?
No, I never played him. But I mean, I just know. But yeah, he's really good.
Yeah,
all kinds of crazy.
Sister's cool. You're Roger, aren't you?
No, I'm not Roger.
Go home, Roger.
All right, so we got Saved by the Bell or Boy Meets World.
I did not grow up with Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World was awesome.
Never watched either.
You didn't watch
Where were you at?
Yeah, you didn't watch a lot of like sitcoms, did you?
No.
Did you only watch Fresh Prince?
I think you only watched cartoons. Yeah, he just watched cartoons.
Sorry, I was a kid.
Cartoons weren't always
I'm
on.
only like a year older than you.
I watched cartoons and played video games.
Saved by the Bell that's a classic.
And watch Full House.
It was a good show.
It's hard to watch now.
It's not okay. So I've seen episodes of Saved by the Bell afterwards. Like you said, it's hard to watch. But Boy Meets World holds up pretty dang good.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it was a great show.
My dad met Topanga.
Damn.
My dad used to work as a manager LA Fitness, and she would go into one of the gyms he worked at out in Anaheim Hills.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
She's got her own show now. Well, kind of.
She has, a show she's in.
Yeah,
it doesn't star her. She's like the third cast member. She's not even the top biller.
Girl Meets World.
Yep,
now?
She's definitely third billing on that. Jeez. But she's in it. All right, so we got Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Xena Warrior Princess.
Didn't watch either.
You suck.
Garrett, why are you in this band?
Yeah, get out of here. Get out.
Johnny's over here like, I'm sure you guys have watched a lot of this.
You know what's funny? I thought that you would have not watched more than he did because he just absorbs all kinds of media, and you're a sports guy. Like, so I thought you would maybe not have watched as much.
I had a somewhat childhood.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like you were outside and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Garrett wasn't. So that's why I thought maybe you would have more problem with this than he would.
Playing video games.
I didn't care for Buffy.
Love Buffy.
I did watch a lot of Xena and a lot of Hercules.
Joss Whedon, baby. Oh man,
he did those too.
Yeah,
really?
Cool. That was Joss Whedon. That's part of the Whedonverse, dude.
The Whedonverse.
Buffy and Angel and there's a couple others he's part of, but yeah,
there was like 3 or 4.
Wait. Joss Whedon also did Hercules and Xena.
No.
Okay, so he just did Buffy.
Okay,
Buffy, so you see where the confusion was.
I don't, but okay. Martin versus Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
I did watch a little bit of Cooper.
Cooper was good. Martin was epic.
I didn't watch Martin when it was out either. That was after the fact.
Martin was a great show. I loved it.
Cooper just reminds me of my uncle. My uncle looks just like.
Was he funny?
He's all
right. Well,
he looks exactly like him though.
Is he funny? No.
I mean,
what's sad is Martin actually was cut in its prime. Martin Lawrence, man, messed up a little bit. Had some issues with I can't think of her name at this moment, but Gina.
Shanae. Oh
no, he was Shanae. Dude, what's wrong with you?
He has some issues. He's trying to figure stuff out.
He had some issues with the actress who played Gina. Her name is blanking me at the moment, but he had some issues with some sexual harassment, and the show got cut off because of that. So, yeah. As a matter of fact, I think they tried to keep it going a little bit, and she kind of like moved out and like wasn't in like his apartment anymore, kind of thing, and then it just died after that.
Tisha Campbell.
There we go. Thank you, Tisha Campbell.
I don't know if that show would be allowed to air. Like if it was a new sitcom now, I don't know. I think it would be crossing the line in certain instances.
Real quick, IMDb is titling or calling her Tisha Campbell Martin. Are they married?
Well, his last name is not Martin, bro.
Martin?
His name is Martin Lawrence.
Luigi Martin?
His name is Martin Lawrence, and you know that. All right. Well,
it was a good show.
It was.
I think that arguably one of the best episodes is when they go to Hawaii and he's fighting that rat beaver animal thing.
They had some good ones. I like the one. There's some Halloween ones that were pretty good. But cool.
You ain't got no job, Tommy.
All right, guys. Well, that is our fan favorite for this week. Email us or tweet at us. Let us know what your fan favorite choices would have been and what you like, and give us some options for next week's fan favorites, and we'll use them for you. You can email us at supercoopsquad@gmail.com or reach us on Twitter at supercoopsquad.
I'm telling you, Martin, and Luigi Martin. Nice. The Martin brothers.
All right, so the Thor trailer released. That's gonna come through so terribly. Yeah, and this had a very different vibe, very different take from the first two Thor movies. What did you guys think?
I'm really excited.
I think I should go watch Thor Dark World.
It's worth watching just to have that in your Marvel repertoire.
Catch up in the story.
I guess.
But it's not one of the better Marvel
I don't even think Thor 2 is going to really connect to Ragnarok.
I think it will in some ways. I mean, Odin's still missing.
Yeah.
Okay, you got
Loki's
that.
still sort of a hero.
Yeah, but I just thought that kind of came up a little bit in
That did not come
Age
up
of
in
Ultron or anything. Any of the
No.
Avengers
No,
side
he
movies?
was not in Age of Ultron at all.
All right, whatever, fine.
Yeah, burn.
Put yourself through that. I guess.
I like the trailer. It showed nothing too crazy, but there's a war that's going
Meow
on.
Meow's gone. That's crazy.
What?
Meow Meow.
Mjolnir. God, I hate when
Oh.
he calls it that.
Meow meow?
Yeah.
Have you seen the first Thor movie?
It's been a long while.
Okay.
So, you know what? I didn't like this.
Yeah, you seem embarrassed by it.
So, it didn't look bad, but I didn't like the vibe they went with. Why is there like this rock anthem for Thor? Like, and it was like more comedic and kind of different. It gave me a very Guardians of the Galaxy feel. I don't want that.
That's exactly
Most
what they're going
definitely.
for.
That's not Thor.
That's what they're going with.
But that's not Thor.
This is a space adventure.
That's
Thor's not really in a setting to be Thor.
why not?
He's been cast. He's unworthy. I guess not unworthy. He doesn't have Mjolnir. He's been cast away. He's now like a slave, a gladiator slave. He doesn't really have the same kind of vibe to be Thor.
He absolutely does. He is Thor without the hammer, or wherever he's at. Thor.
Yeah, he's still the character, but he
Thor
doesn't have that
travels the
persona.
cosmos. In his comics, he travels the cosmos.
I have a feeling there's going to be something in this movie that kind of breaks down his character.
Maybe, but I'm just saying that that vibe of rock, you can have him travel in space without making it a rock anthem Guardians of the Galaxy feel. He's not a swashbuckling Guardians of the Galaxy rogue. He's the god of freaking thunder. He deserves some freaking respect in his movie. I don't like this portrayal of him this way. That's all.
He cut his hair.
Or someone
They
cut it for
cut his
him.
hair.
Yeah.
I just felt this was the wrong way to go with Thor, and I don't like it just because it kind of pulls away from. What if this was a Batman movie? You can't just make Batman into a scoundrel rogue because you feel it's cool because it made money last time.
You can actually Return of Bruce Wayne. He has been a pirate. He's actually been a swashbuckling pirate.
Come on, you're getting off into minutia here. That does not. That's
okay,
one.
fine, never mind.
That's one comic, and he wasn't even Batman at that point. So
your biggest gripe is the theme song they chose with this trailer.
and just the general vibe of what they're trying to do with the film. Now that could change, right? Because the trailer doesn't necessarily mean that's the vibe you're going to see in the film, but it usually is.
Yeah, but the vibe is usually on a trailer based on the theme setting of the song. So if it was a creepier, more, fantasy related type of song, you probably wouldn't have the same opinion, I don't think.
I'd probably be more happy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's you have that vibe based on that song, and it gave you a sour taste because the anthem didn't match the character.
Right.
So I don't know. I think leading up to the gladiator scene, that's why they chose that song. For me, I think that's how they tied it back. More of a war song, and they're trying to pump you up, but then it's like, oh, now you get to fight Hulk.
And you know what? To be honest, I don't enjoy them having Thor play the imbecile. I don't like it. Like, they have this scene where he's like, "Oh, I know him. We work together." Like the Thor's he's a god. He's the god of thunder. He's not stupid. He's not a bonehead. He's not an imbecile. Don't cast him as that.
Where are you getting that?
That's how they played it. He's in a giant battle, a gladiator to the death, and he sees the Hulk, and he goes, "Oh, I know him. We work together."
Well, granted, you think, oh, I'm in a battle to the death, and I know this guy, so we're not going to battle to the death.
That's what I get.
Okay, but Thor, he wouldn't say that. Why would he say it to a crowd of people that want him dead? Like, he would be angry to be a captive of these people. He wouldn't want to play games. He'd be angered that they would sully his good name as the god of thunder in the world, in the universe.
So you're telling me if you were in a fight to the death, you would not be super excited to see the one person that might help you escape?
I wouldn't be like, "Oh, I know him. We work together." Like, "Oh, glory is me." Like, he would make light of the situation. He would be pissed that they took him, the god of thunder, and made him a slave.
I think a lot of what you're looking for is seeing Thor that way, and I think that gets stripped of him. I think that gets taken away, that idea. We're obviously not going to see that in the trailer. We'll see it in the movie, is my guess.
I would maybe agree with you if we hadn't already seen this, but I read comics, and sadly you two don't. They're already exploring this idea with Unworthy Thor, where he literally cannot pick up his hammer. Someone else wields his hammer. He can't wield any of the hammers. There's a few in his universe, as a matter of fact. And he does not act this way. He acts broken and defeated, but he still has pride. He wouldn't become a jokester. He wouldn't make light of situations. He would have gravitas to things he does.
So in the previous Thor movies, when he does make jokes and he is the comedy, I have not heard you say anything about that.
So I knew you were going to say that, and it's different. So like when he says like "Winch, more me," and he throws the glass down, he himself is not being funny. That is him acting like Thor, and it's taken from the viewer's point of view that it's funny to us because it's the juxtaposition of him being in our world and his custom being different than ours. But he's still being serious. He's not being a jokester or making light of situations. He's just being him, and it just seems weird for him to do it in our world. And that's okay. But it's not okay for me for them to make him a jokester in a situation where he would never make a joke. And again, it's just a trailer, but I don't like that for Thor.
Okay.
It's the same thing as when they have Batman making jokes with the Flash and going, what's your superpower? I'm rich. Batman would never do that. Never, ever. He would never say that. And Thor would never make light of him being a slave. No matter how broken and defeated he was, he would never be okay being a slave and make a joke about things. That's just how I feel.
Okay.
So, yeah. So there's my piece.
Yeah,
So,
I think you've spoken for
do you
everybody.
want to see this movie?
I'll still watch it.
Okay.
That doesn't answer the question.
Well, that answers my question mostly.
Do I want to see it?
Yes.
I'll watch almost every Marvel movie until they really disappoint me. And so far, they have yet to do so.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yes, I want to go see it if I haven't said it.
Garrett, you going to watch it?
My first sentence when we started talking about this was, I'm very excited to see this movie.
Good. You're going to watch it. So, yes. Second gaming segment of the podcast, Gamer Trivia. So each week, two of our hosts go head-to-head in a best-of-5 trivia contest. The winner will retain bragging rights and stay and play again next week, while the loser has to create the next week's questions. Play along and see just how much gaming knowledge you have in Gamer Trivia. All right, so I took back the crown last week.
Apparently you can't wear.
So I've been compiling some data, and I won't reveal the data yet, but I will say this, Garrett. In seven of our Gamer Trivias, you yourself have said crown. Taken the crown, given the crown, I got the crown.
It came out of my words.
Yes, your words.
My words.
Your words. Or there were another 4 times where someone else said it and you didn't dispute it because you said it in the past. So crown works because you yourself have said it.
Okay.
So boom.
Okay.
And again, I got some great stats coming up for some of our Gamer Trivia. So it'll be fun to talk about that in a few episodes.
Okay.
Oh, so you're gonna wait till you possibly lose?
Oh no, it has nothing to do with my percentages or anything.
Percentages.
All right, so it's on you, Joshua. What you got, man? Because I'm the champ. Garrett's the challenger,
And I'm the loser.
Yeah,
No, you're the not winner.
you're the Alec Baldwin. You're the Pat Sajak. You're the Drew Carey. You're the Bob Barker.
I'm the host.
Yeah, let's go.
I was like,
You're
where?
the game host.
Yeah,
I was like, where are you?
When did they lose?
No, he's the game. They're the game host.
I got it.
Okay, I got it now. So I was thinking, what would I want to do some trivia about? We've done comics on and off. We've done games on and off. Garrett has done movies every
Disney
single time.
movies.
I'm going to bring it back a little bit. We're going to go a little bit to the old school cartoons.
Oh, okay.
So there's a city in which people reside in. They quack a lot.
DuckTales.
They DuckTales.
All right.
Oh, I'm so glad it wasn't.
Darkwing Duck?
No. What was the name of that show with that stupid duck? It was like on HBO.
Howard the Duck?
No, it wasn't Howard the Duck. Whatever.
A show about a...
Duckman? Duckman? No.
No.
Whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, DuckTales trivia. I was trying to think of something clever to say and I couldn't do it. Question number 1. What does Scrooge McDuck call the building that stores all of his money? Is it A, the bank, B, the gold mine, C, the money bin, or D, the vault? All right, I have both your answers. Johnny, you picked C, the money bin. Garrett, you picked B, the gold mine. The correct answer is C, the money bin. So Johnny, point for you. Garrett, you have 0, sir. Question number 2. What is the name of the infamous gang that always tries to steal Scrooge's money? Is it A, the Beagle Boys, B, the Dastardly Gang, C, Magica's Minions, or D, the Big Timers? I have both your answers very quickly. Both of you had picked A, the Beagle Boys, and the correct answer is A, the Beagle Boys. That is 1 for you, Johnny, 1 more. So you have 2. Garrett, you have 1 with that correct answer. Fun fact number 1. As fond of a memory as DuckTales is for many, many, many of us, it was only on air for 3 years. It had 4 seasons. They went hard. Season 1 had 65 episodes. Season 2 had 10. Season 3 had 18. And then season 4 had 7.
That's crazy.
The longest run was right out of the gates when they started. Back to the game.
All right.
Question number 3. What is the name of Scrooge McDuck's butler? Is it A, Beakley, B, Duckworth, C, Glumgold, or D, Alfred? I have both your answers. Both of you picked A, Beakley. The correct answer is B, Duckworth.
Dang. So I thought it was Beakley because his butler's not a duck.
No, his butler is not a duck at all. But his name is Duckworth, and I couldn't tell you why. So, Johnny, that is incorrect. Garrett, that is incorrect. But, Johnny, you're still up 2-1. Question number 4. In episode 1, Donald Duck leaves Huey, Dewey, and Louie with their Uncle Scrooge in Duckburg to go and do what? A, become an athlete. B, join the Navy. C, go to school. Or D, we are never told when Donald goes or where Donald goes. He abandons his nephews.
Answers one more time.
A, Donald leaves to become an athlete. B, join the Navy. C, go to school. Or D, we are never told. He abandons everyone. Both of you have given me your answers, and both of you have picked B, Donald Jet Go.
Yeah.
He joins the Navy. I can't say Donald Duck. The correct answer is B, he joins the Navy. Johnny, point for you. Garrett, another point. It's 3-2. Johnny, you're up. Fun fact number 2. Scrooge McDuck was first created in 1947 for a Donald Duck Christmas comic book. And then they slowly brought his character back in the future, and then he became a thing, and he stuck around all the way up till, well, I guess now, since he's going to be coming back.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. Question number 5. In the DuckTales movie, what is the movie primarily focused around? Is it A, Scrooge trying to become more wealthy? B, a disaster in Duckburg? C, a lamp? Or D, it revolves around Magica de Spell? I have Garrett's answer, and I have Johnny's answer. I guess you guys both saw the movie because you both picked C. It's revolved around a lamp, and the correct answer is C. A magic lamp, to be more precise.
That was a great movie.
It is. It
was
is
a
really
pretty
good.
good one.
It actually came out, I think, right after the show was canceled. They came out with the movie. It hit with a bang, and
They're like whoopsies.
yep.
It actually didn't do so well in theaters.
No, it didn't, but it was well received for people that liked the show.
It was.
Very well received. So both points for you. Ding, ding. Johnny, you are up. 4-3. The bonus question. Gentlemen, you know how this works. You have to bet your points. And if you get it right, you will receive that number of points. If you get it wrong, you will lose that number of points. Johnny, you have 4 points. Garrett, you have 3 points. Place your bets. Garrett, I have your answer. Johnny, I have your answer for your bets. Danger right behind you. All right. The bonus question. What is Scrooge McDuck's most prized possession? And note, you must give me the full description or you will not score any points. What is Scrooge McDuck's most prized possession?
Let me know if I need to be more specific, because I think I was fairly specific.
All right. I have Garrett's answer, and then I also have Johnny's answer. So, Johnny, you were specific. And Garrett, you were specific as well.
Do I need to? I can be more specific if that's wrong, but I don't think that's wrong.
Hey.
Just
You
saying,
set your answer.
No.
Okay, I'll tell you this. If you think you need to be more specific, be more specific. That is going to be my answer.
All right. Dang it.
Joshua's going to do some trivia on DuckTales. Woo. Johnny thinks that he didn't do it right, DuckTales. Woo.
All right. Johnny is in his second answer.
Do you guys both have your final answers? Is that what you guys are choosing with?
Yep.
All right. Garrett, you have picked that it was his pool of gold. Johnny, you had picked that it is his lucky dime. Both answers are incorrect.
Wow.
You are not specific enough to the answer, Johnny. The correct answer is his most prized possession is his number 1 dime.
Oh, dude.
Not his lucky dime.
I knew it was his. I said his first. His number 1. His first.
Nope, that's not what you sent me.
I said his first lucky coin.
That is not what he describes his most prized possession. He specifically states in multiple episodes, multiple times, how he started his money was he got a dime for shoe shining. That is his number 1 dime.
Gosh, I can't believe you won't give me that.
I'm not going to give it.
It's his first coin. I knew it was his first coin, and I said it.
You said first coin, and then you said lucky dime.
Yes, because I was his first lucky. I don't want to say the whole thing again. His first lucky dime. So I just put. I thought you wanted me to say the specific coin it was.
Nope.
That's why I put dime.
But that's not the correct answer.
Damn it, Joshua! I feel like I got that. Oh, okay.
His answer is his number 1 dime. He always says it's my number 1 dime. He doesn't say it's my lucky dime.
Okay, fine.
All right. So for the points, Johnny, you have bet 1 point. So you go from 4 to 3.
Garrett bet 0.
Garrett, you have bet 3 points. You go down to 0. Johnny, you are still the winner.
I mean, I'm glad.
In this week's trivia.
Glad I won, but I really do feel like I got the answer right.
There's a difference between the first dime and the lucky dime.
Well, first dime and number 1 dime.
Well, yeah,
he calls it his number 1 dime, and I said his first dime.
Oh, there you go.
It is his lucky dime, but it is his number 1 dime.
I feel like the judges on like Jeopardy would have given me that, but okay.
But there are no judges here except me. I am the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
Fair enough.
Now you both feel like you got robbed of a trivia based on an altercation.
I mean, it was fun trivia. It was well done.
Thank you very much. I hope you liked DuckTales trivia.
This trivia made me realize I did not watch the show nearly as much as I thought I did. I didn't know any of these. Well, 3 of them, I guess.
Is this another show that you just missed on your childhood?
Apparently, I've just watched the movie.
All right. Well, you remember the movie. Johnny, it's you and me next week.
Yeah.
Garrett, please do something other than Disney movies. But it's your call.
Sure is.
Hey, squad. We want to thank you for checking out our show this week. With some upcoming expansions to our show, we definitely would love to hear some feedback from you guys. One way you can do that is by leaving us a review on iTunes or Google Play. And let the world know what you think of our show. Secondly, we have launched a Patreon, where anything you donate goes towards new equipment for our show and also allows us to own our future website. There are also a few small incentives for helping out the squad. You can find the link to our Patreon in our show notes. Thanks for listening. Now back to the show.
Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit of a discussion topic here, and this is regarding peak TV. So, what is peak TV, and why is it a problem, or why it might be a problem for any media consumers and viewers? So, to kind of break it down, peak TV is a period in time that starts with around the 2000s, 2001 or so. That's considered the start of the golden age of TV. From then till now, there have been more highly rated network cable and primetime shows, all under production and published and produced at once than at any other time in television history. The problem here is that many entertainment professionals feel that this is a major issue for TV due to the fact that many great shows that would typically be home runs in the 90s or very early 2000s are getting low or next to no viewership and thus even canceled despite their extremely high quality. In 2014, there were less than 300 scripted shows being made each year. In 2017, so this year, that number is set to surpass over 500 scripted shows, and that number of 300 was even lower before 2005. So, how do you guys feel about this? What have you guys experienced in this situation, if at all?
So this is I guess for me, kind of a difficult subject to talk about, really only because I don't watch TV.
Okay, well, I mean, but you do watch Netflix, you do watch Hulu, you do stream.
Yeah, I mostly watch YouTube or Twitch.
Okay, fair enough for you.
I've watched probably more TV shows in the late 90s, early 2000s compared to what I watch now. Now there's just an influx of TV thrown in your face, whether it be Netflix, Hulu, just a bunch of different series that are coming out all at the same time. And granted, a lot of the production value and what we've done with technology with CG and CGI and just the growth in the acting, I guess you could say, community, and just what people have done over the last 5 to 10 years has really grown. But it's just oversaturated. There's just so much out there. You can't even watch them all. So, of course, there's some that are going to not make the cut.
Yeah, I mean, I for one think this is a big problem. And I'm with you, Garrett, as far as I don't watch much primetime TV, but I do watch a lot of Netflix shows or Hulu shows, and I do enjoy those serialized dramas. And it's absolutely correct, Joshua, that it's saturated. There's so many shows that get a little bit of light, and they might stand out, but for every one Game of Thrones, for every one Westworld or Walking Dead, there's 10 or 15 shows that just don't get that light, that are excellent shows. And it's really hard to watch everything. I mean, how often does someone say, "Oh, this show's awesome, you've got to watch it"? And it probably is, but you can't watch every show.
Nope.
And I feel it's a problem. I'm looking at Amazon has been going into their own like
streaming service.
Yeah, their own streaming service content and like producing their own shows. And they have a show called Sneaky Pete. And Sneaky Pete's a really good show. I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes, and it's well done. Bryan Cranston actually is in it. That speaks right there for kind of what it is. It's really fun, well done, a great idea, great writing, but it's on Amazon, so no one's watching it, and it's getting great critical acclaim, but no one's viewing it, and that is, I think, something that happens to a lot of shows nowadays.
I mean, I can kind of see that as far as Amazon goes, but Netflix, they make their own shows. They have a lot of their own shows, and I think just because a lot more people have Netflix than people would have Amazon Instant, because I think you would need Amazon Prime to be able to access their streaming service or see their original content.
Or what about even you bring up Netflix? They've got like 80 shows now. They've got Narcos, they've got House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, Voltron, Stranger Things, all the Marvel shows.
Yeah.
You can't, it's just not doable to watch them all.
You watch them all, no, but you see which ones have the most thumbs up now.
They don't even have stars anymore. But is that really the best way to find content, just based on like the reviews for it?
No, not at all.
I don't know. I feel it's a really big problem. I don't really know the answer. Do you make less shows?
They're not going to make less shows, because I think they still make more money doing it this way.
I guess, right?
Not as much as the early aughts.
The what?
Early aughts, 2000s.
That's what we call this?
Have you really never heard that term
We call
before?
this the early aughts?
Have you never heard?
I've never...
2002, 2003,
I've
04,
never heard
05.
that either.
You guys never heard of the term aughts?
No,
Okay,
never.
Whatever.
Never. I'm sorry.
Simpletons.
It's 2-1 here, so you just made up your own term. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they'll go back down in the amount of content that they're doing. There's more shows, there's more avenues for content to be created, but it doesn't spell a good thing. And here's why I think it's bad. If you make a show, high quality, high production, you paid great writers to make a great script for you, and your show flops or your show doesn't do well, and you're taking up a network slot, and you're getting, let's say, I don't know, 1 million views a night, which for a show it's not bad, it's not great, it's nowhere, it's not what you want. So you get a million viewers for your primetime show or your Netflix opening weekend or whatever the aggregate they might have. I don't know exactly how Netflix breaks theirs down because you can stream it whenever. And you spend all this money. Well, I could get those same results by making a terrible show. I could get 1 million people to watch a show that had half the production value, and I paid my writers half the amount of money, and I smaller cast as far as like their critical acclaim and their skill. And I feel like this is a situation where the bubble's going to burst, and that's what's going to happen. We're going to start getting worse shows, and we'll still have a couple of shows that break through, but they're going to go, why make AAA content? I don't know. I guess that term doesn't count for TV, but why make great content if I'm not going to get views when I can make bad content, save a bunch of money, and still get the same amount of people to watch this show being obscured by Walking Dead, Westworld, you know, the Marvel Netflix stuff. And that's where I see it going.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's trouble for TV.
that's the thing, right? There's so much competition now. There's a lot of money that's out there where people want to produce, they want to make shows, and they want to get their turn to shine, right? Especially if you're on primetime. So you have a slot that opens up. Now you're talking about competing around a show that's, you know, in your same block, you know, an hour or two. And then at the same time, you're talking about, you know, are there going to be people that are interested in this show? Are there going to be people that are available to watch it in this time slot? Because what had happened for a while when Survivor got real big, no one wanted to be around the Survivor block before or after, or after. No one wanted to be after, you know, American Idol, you know, because as soon as you spend an hour or so watching your show, you go and do other things. You go eat dinner, you go catch up, you go do something else. So
Right.
that's a lot of that competitiveness really takes the wind out of these shows. And, you know, great shows like Firefly don't get the jump start. They get canceled.
Yeah.
And like, it sucks because it's a competitive market, and it's not like you can just jump and throw it on Netflix now, and you can just make content and maybe throw it on, what's that network that does a lot of the indie stuff?
Rocket Jump?
Sundance?
No, it's I something.
Got no clue, bro.
This is just the independent channel.
Well-
Yeah, it's got a certain name, but there should be like a channel for that where you have some avenue to go to where you can still create your content, but it doesn't have to be on like prime time to get it out.
Well, here's the thing I think about as well. So you mentioned like Survivor and American Idol, and there was that bubble back in like the mid 90s, early 2000s, maybe through 2004 and 5, where reality TV shows boomed, and I mean boom massively. And those are, for the most part, unscripted. You don't really have writers on those shows. You just kind of let people act a fool. And you do have producers who kind of navigate where the show goes and create those situations. A lot of those things that you see on those shows, they aren't real. Like someone says, hey, you should probably say something like this or do this kind of thing. And they instigate it. But those shows don't have writers. They don't have the same production values. Yeah. And those shows blew up. And they made a ton of money. And they didn't cost as much as, you know, The Walking Dead or Mad Men or anything like that.
Pumpkin spit in New York's face.
You really watched that show?
I missed that show.
God,
what show?
Terrible.
Flavor of Love.
You know what's wrong with the world.
It was comedy though.
It was funny, I suppose, in a
the first go around,
sad way. But you take shows like that, and they are making tons of money, and they're not scripted. They're not getting production values. The cost to make it's low, and those are pretty much gone. There are still, you know, reality TV shows, but that need, that desire that people wanted to get those shows is gone. But in its place now has opened up this whole entire online world of streamers, YouTubers, video bloggers. And those guys are getting tons of money and taking viewership from all of these high production cost shows as well.
Mhm.
So now you're looking at it where, okay, just because I started watching it very recently, Critical Role gets, 100,000 people to view their show every Thursday night and growing. Or Geek and Sundry, who host Critical Role, they have tons of board game shows, or different Twitch streamers get 90,000 people watching their stuff, and they're just streaming themselves chit-chatting.
Yeah.
And they're making money and taking viewership and I'm talking prime time slots away from shows like Mad Men and Westworld, and Mad Men's off the air, and Legion and S.H.I.E.L.D., who are putting big money and big advertising dollars into this, and this guy just on his couch is getting numbers.
Yeah, it's going to be weird because the way that things are going, media is changing.
Yeah.
And TV may not be as big a deal in the next, decade or so.
I mean, it just depends on where things go, right? I mean, if this bubble continues to get bigger where they're just making these awesome shows, because you can, like you said, it's easier, Joshua, earlier to have good production values and to make your CGI look better, because back in the 90s it was more expensive to do those things and it didn't look as good. So it's easier to do, but it still costs money to do, but it's not getting you views. They're going to revert back to crap. And I don't know if that's good for anybody.
I just think what people want to watch is changing.
Okay. I mean, how so?
That's fair.
With the way technology is going, kids always on their iPads and phones and tablets or whatever, people don't really watch TV. Like, of course, there's still those big shows, Walking Dead,
Big Bang Theory, yeah.
Yeah, but most of those shows you can just watch on apps that are already on, your phone or your tablets or whatever. True. TV isn't as big a deal as it used to be.
I would say prime time's not as big a deal. I mean, serialized shows are still big.
Yeah, when I say TV, I
mean prime time.
I do mean prime time, because obviously watching Netflix, you're still watching TV,
right? Or Hulu.
Yeah, it's the TV shows.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. It'll change with how we view those shows, but I mean, the fact is that there's so many great shows. There's just so many shows in general. Right? I mean, we're in 2014 there were 300 scripted shows, and this year there's going to be over 500, so almost double. Even if we're watching them differently, there's just more. I mean, you can't, even without commercials, even without having to wait a week, if you get every episode day one, you still can't watch it all. And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid like there's just going to be too much stuff where they're just going to start canceling shows. I mean, earlier, like you talked about, Joshua, DuckTales got 65 episodes in its first season. That'll never happen with a cartoon again.
No.
It'll get 12 or 18, maybe. And if it takes off good, if it doesn't, it's gone.
Yeah, they'll just branch it out in the season 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I mean, it is changing a lot. What's funny to me is with like streaming content, I wonder if there'll ever be a point where Netflix and Hulu will just host streamers. Like you can just watch someone stream live right from Netflix.
I don't see it happening.
I do. With as big as it is, getting some big numbers behind PewDiePie or Geek and Sundry like that, I think it could happen.
Yeah, and on a side note, since we were talking about YouTube earlier, and I think this will even dive more into prime time type of stuff. YouTube is changing how they're paying their people that are creating content, where you have to have, I think they said a minimum 10,000 subscribers or views before you can get paid for content. So if people aren't at that number, they're going to strive to get to that number, which is pulling more people away, whether it be prime time or instead of watching Netflix or any other shows or whatever you're doing in your life, they're trying to draw that viewership to them. So that's just going to pull more people out.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, this is an issue, and I think it's going to change the way not only, like you said, Garrett, we view, because it's not on TV anymore, but what we get, because this is a problem, I think, and the bubble's going to burst.
If it's not a big hit within its first season, maybe two, they're probably just going to fall off, and then something new and innovative is going to come along, and the cycle's just going to repeat.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think the leniency to have a season 2 or 3 and hope for an audience will be shorter. The leash will be shorter. So, yep, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this golden age of TV. All right, so our last segment of the podcast, Speed Run. So each week we'll break down 10 news stories and facts that just didn't quite make the list for a segment. We've got 1 minute per topic before we move on to the next, finished or not. Gotta go fast.
In the speed run. Oh, that's your line. I'm sorry.
Did it on purpose.
Yes, I did. You took mine last week.
Sandy Wexler, Adam Sandler's third film from his 8-movie Netflix deal, has released to very mixed reviews. Thoughts on the film, and will Adam Sandler ever return to his Waterboy greatness?
God, we're only on number 3.
We got 5 more, bro. So I think he had the
Hateful Eight?
no, that was actually really good.
The Ridiculous
Quentin
Six.
There we go.
No.
Ridiculous Six, and he had the Cobbler, I believe. No.
Oh, yeah.
The Do-Over. It was the Do-Over.
The Do-Over and the Cobbler.
The Cobbler was.
also came out.
I don't think that was part of the deal. That was just a movie.
Oh, that was just his own thing? Because he's in it.
He is in it. That's not the Netflix deal.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? I watched this movie, Sandy Wexler. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was funny. It was good. Now my wife didn't like it, but I loved it.
I didn't see it.
I mean, it just
Neither did I. I'm just the fact that he watched an Adam Sandler movie and he liked it.
Yeah, I like
That's-
Adam Sandler.
That's right. That's right. You did pick Adam Sandler in a couple of our fan faves.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it was good.
but really,
It was
you picked Waterboy to be his highlight.
it's up there.
Waterboy, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. It's like that was his prime.
The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Really.
So I
okay.
love those.
All right, don't have much else to say about that. But next, actual hardline Nintendo Switch sales numbers have been revealed. In 28 days, in North America, 906,000 Switch consoles were sold.
That's not bad.
That's not great. That's not what they were saying.
They're
Well-
going for 2 million in the year, right? Wasn't that it?
They were saying that they had sold like over 1 million in its first week and going all these crazy numbers. And it's not here, but worldwide, they might have sold 1.8 million. They only sold less. They sold like 500,000 in Japan.
Well, I don't think they said that they were going to sell 1 million in North America.
I'm just saying that their numbers that they first announced in the first week or two are far below what the hardline numbers are. That's all.
Are they not worldwide?
Worldwide, they are up, but they made
That's
it seem
what they said.
No, they did not. They made it seem they sold over 1 million in the first week, and that's not true.
Did they in 1 million in the first week in America?
No, not in total.
In general?
In total,
Yeah.
they did not do that.
I don't
In
know.
total, they only sold 1.8 million in a month. So,
They could have sold 1 million in a week.
and then only 800,000 in the next 3.
That's what was
Yes,
available.
because of stock.
I doubt it.
In other Nintendo news, the NES Classic, the retro console that released last holiday season, has been officially discontinued, much to the surprise of all the stellar sales and high acclaim.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
This is dumb.
I don't know why they would do this.
Unless they're doing like an NES Classic that's bundled with the NES Classic or something.
The NES Classic bundled with an NES Classic.
SNES.
Or like
SNES
the
Classic.
Switch or something
This,
like that.
Yeah.
this does nothing but help scalpers.
Yeah,
This
so-
is specifically to help scalpers.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a good move. I don't know why they would do this.
So soon too.
So what I think is going to happen is they're going to focus going into E3 on their launch of the virtual console, and that's going to focus people to buy these digital games on the Switch rather than focusing on the NES Classic,
But if you knew you were
Very
going to have a
possible.
virtual console, why even put out the NES Classic?
because they did not have a system out yet and they needed something to make revenue to hit those holiday Q4 numbers.
I feel like that
Fair
costs more
point.
money.
not
They made money on that console. They
Oh,
didn't
yes.
lose money.
Well, scalpers did.
yeah, and then they're still making money. It sucks.
Next.
Jude Law has been cast to play a young Albus Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them sequel. Don't like it, hate it.
Don't care.
It's not even Jude Law. It's not even him as a problem. He might be great. He is a great actor. I just don't want to see a young Albus Dumbledore. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't want every little piece of a backstory filled in. Leave some things to my imagination. Leave some things for mystery and some sort of wonder and mysticism about a character.
Short hair, don't care. No, I didn't watch Harry Potter, most of them.
You sure watch Fantastic Beasts?
Yeah, we did. Sure didn't like it. But that's just my opinion, and I don't know. I probably won't watch the second movie because just that kind of series doesn't appeal to me. I don't know, Johnny. I think a lot of people will be excited for a younger Dumbledore. I don't know about Jude Law specifically, but who knows?
Youngledore? Youngledore?
Cute.
I don't get it.
All right. Well, next. Tom Holland, the actor playing the titular character in Spider-Man Homecoming,
Grow
has
up.
admitted he has never seen the original Star Wars trilogy, but, in fact, loved the prequel.
There's a lot of people out there that have not seen the Star Wars in general.
There are, sadly.
Yeah, I don't want to be the person to defend it, but a movie
Then don't be the person to defend it.
a movie that came out 40 plus years
Yeah, he's
ago.
young.
You know, it's hard, Johnny. Much like it's hard for you to play Ocarina of Time because it's aged. I mean, watching an old 70s movie like that, I think a lot of kids
New
feel
school
the same
kids,
way.
Yeah,
I
can agree with that.
I don't
statement.
think Star Wars ages the same way
Well, of course we don't.
games do. Matter of fact, I don't think any movie ages the same way a game could. Movies can usually be pretty timeless. I can watch black and white films and it's almost the same as watching a regular film.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt me.
But I think what Garrett's saying, if you look at kids now, or teens or tweens or whatever, they're less inclined to watch an older movie compared to a newer movie. Oh, it doesn't look that great. Oh, it looks grainy. Oh,
Exactly.
that lightsaber battle in the beginning was so cheesy with Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader. I just got bored.
Exactly.
I was talking to my coworkers the other day.
Next.
Oh, damn it.
Where are you now?
In other Nintendo news, the NES Classic skyrockets on eBay with confirmed sales of over $280.
Yep.
Hey, we get to talk more Nintendo.
Yeah.
And it's only going to go up.
It will go up, yes.
It's going to go back up to $400+, and scalpers are ching, 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 ching,
Yeah,
making
they're-
that money.
They are going to make tons of money. It's kind of sad that this is just the way it goes with Nintendo. It always happens with Nintendo. Why do we never hear of this happening with Microsoft and Sony?
Because they have product to sell.
Yeah,
I feel. Was there even like a second wave of NES classics?
There was not a full second wave. It just slowly came out. And you can...
Well, then thanks, Nintendo.
There's still popping up in stores every couple days, but it's going to fizzle out and it's going to suck.
You have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, when the new amiibos drop, it's going to be the same thing. The last wave of amiibos in July.
a few of them.
I need them.
We all need them.
July 21st. Got Cloud, Bayo, and Corrin.
I'm out. I'm done.
Day before my birthday, remember that.
Week. A little over a week after my birthday. Yeah. Next.
More and more creative ways are being found to beat Dark Souls 3. This time with a set of bananas.
So this happened like last year, didn't it?
I don't think so. I think he played it. I don't think he had beat it. So he finally beat the entire game.
Okay, I feel like I've seen this before. I had to actually go look it up. I'm like, no, I thought I've seen this.
I feel like this is fake.
No, it's
no,
not.
it's real.
With
He got
bananas.
video.
No, he electronically wired some kit to bananas, and it's sensitive. So when he taps the banana, it registers a specific button.
Yes, he has like a
He has
a
like
row
8 or
of
9
bananas
bananas.
Like,
around
just,
him.
you know, I've seen it, but I feel like it's fake.
It's not fake, dude.
I mean, did you hear yourself? Did you hear yourself?
I mean, what do you want me to say?
He set it up so that he can tap a banana and it hits a button.
A man
Yes,
beat Dark
he
Souls
did it
3
in
with,
real
with-
time.
with GameCube Donkey Kong bongos.
Yeah,
And a Wii
that's
steering
at
wheel,
least like
and
electronic.
a Guitar Hero guitar.
I get that. That stuff at least plugs
He
into
was
a
using
a system.
He was using
A
electronics.
DDR dance pad.
Yes.
That is actually pretty cool. I wonder if you have to actually roll.
It's fun.
Next, Square Enix is doing something unthinkable, releasing a compilation that has Dragon Quest XI versions on both PS4 and 3DS in one box.
That's not unthinkable. I mean, I'm sure they don't care. Sony and Nintendo probably aren't happy
Yeah,
about
they
it.
probably don't like this.
So wait, this is intentional?
yeah,
'Cause I thought it was a mistake when,
No,
when
they're-
someone got both.
they're bundling this together. Like you buy this in store as an option.
Okay.
You get one version, you get the other. Get
Yeah.
that sale.
Crossplay?
Wave in the future. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know what. Maybe they're just testing the waters here to see how this works. But I mean, more power to you, Square Enix.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I don't see what this is about.
I think that there's a lot of people that are fans of this game, especially in Japan, where they probably buy both versions anyway. So rather than being out of stock or limiting stores to having more PS4 than 3DS or vice versa, they're just like, hey, we're going to have bundles that are available so you can get both.
Okay, I can
You
see
can
that.
pre-order both games in a pack, maybe save a couple bucks. I don't know what the difference in price is, but
And we'll see. I don't know. I wouldn't buy two games on the same console.
Let's see if this takes off. You have
Different
You
consoles.
will and you have. Next.
Minecraft will soon allow for third-party creators to host their content directly on their upcoming marketplace. Mahjong states, the idea is to give Minecraft creators another way to make a living from the game, allowing them to support themselves in the creation of ever greater projects while giving Pocket and Windows 10 players access to a growing catalog of fun stuff, curated and supplied by us, safely and simply.
Okay, can you break this down?
Yeah, that was a lot to
So,
read.
Mojang is what it's called, not Mojang, sir.
Mojang,
Someone's probably
Mojang.
hating us right now.
Mahjong.
So pretty much what this means is I, as a player, as a gamer, can create content that I made on my Minecraft server, and then I can submit that to Mojang, and then they will post that on their upcoming marketplace for third-party content creators. And other players around the world can then buy what I created from their store. I get a cut. I'm very certain Mojang gets a cut, and that player gets content in addition to whatever content Mojang has been creating.
Okay, so in a way, it's kind of like Little Big Planet, where you create your own levels.
Yep.
And let's say Little Big Planet made it so that you can people can buy your created levels.
Yeah, and keep
it's
in mind,
essentially that.
You can do this already. You can get content from other people for Minecraft, but it was never something where it was like an official store with Mojang or something that was safe. You know, it was a little bit more not sketch, but not official.
Yeah. I think they'll just look at a bunch of content that said it's like, hey, this looks awesome, and now I can make money off of it.
Next.
Disney Infinity has officially and completely closed down all of its online functions and servers, so the game is done.
Aww.
Yeah, sucks, man. I mean, I was never a big fan of this, but for kids, it was a big deal, and it was a fun game.
It was a big deal. I didn't collect many of them, but I did grab a couple of the little Toys to Life.
All those toys are worthless now.
No, they're still toys.
They're worthless in the game.
So
now.
I mean, is the game still operational? Just you can't play online.
Yeah, you can play offline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the biggest thing about the game wasn't even the regular mode or with the playset. It was the toy box mode where you downloaded hundreds of thousands of games and levels and sets of things people built on that world and played them. So once you beat the game, you had an endless amount of things to do. You now don't have access to that.
That sucks.
Really does. I don't know why they couldn't have some sort of situation where they still have the store up, but maybe didn't service it. But yeah, I mean, I don't like this.
They're just cutting ties. I think they just want to be done with it.
It wasn't profitable for them, not to their extent they want.
Not after. I mean, the Skylanders.
And
yeah.
All right. Well, that is our speed run for this week. Let us know your thoughts on our topics for this week and what you felt about anything that we had discussed. And give us your ideas on topics for next week's speedrun. We'd love to hear from you. Email us on supercoopsquad@gmail.com or reach us on Twitter @supercoopsquad. So listener mail. So electronic mail number 1. This comes from Morris. This is in response to our listener question, which was, which character costume is your favorite and why? So Garrett, go ahead and drop this one.
Morris says, hands down, it's gotta be Spartan armor from Halo. I remember all those days playing Halo 3 trying to get recon armor from Bungie, and it was one of my favorite gaming memories.
I never got recon armor.
I also did not. I forgot what you had to do. You had to do something.
I think you had to like email Bungie and prove like why you deserve it. Like what did you do
I think it was
in-game,
something like that.
or how big of a Halo fan are you to receive this stuff?
It didn't do anything gameplay wise. It just looked cool.
Yeah, I never got any
I didn't play a lot of Halo. I played Halo 3.
because I never got to experience it. So I can't feel what you feel, Morris, from the pride of having recon.
I mean, he wasn't talking about the recon armor exactly. He was talking about the Spartan armor, and he remembers trying to get the recon armor.
Maybe he never got any. Okay,
It's
now I feel better, Morris.
couldn't.
You also didn't get any recon armor.
I mean, he could have. You
it's one or the other, Garrett.
Point being, I think Spartan armor is pretty damn good. It's a pretty good. Now, can you really do all the cool Spartan stuff without being and having the
Would just be
the Spartan physiology?
be dead weight on you, not able to move in the armor?
Exactly, like power armor without a power cell.
Maybe. Well, you can still move a little bit, but okay. Yeah, good option, Morris. I like it. I hope you got some recon because I has no recon. And you got electronic email number 2, Joshua.
All right, this is a doozy. You ready? George says,
I mean, it could be Jorge.
we're not getting into this again. Just some chucks and blue jeans, like Crash Bandicoot. Dude had style. And
You can at least put a shirt on?
Yeah, you gonna wear no shirt, man?
Shirt, no shoes,
Spike
no
his hair.
service.
He's got the shoes.
he's got the shoes.
Yeah,
Crash
you
has
still need
shoes.
a shirt, man.
No,
that was a requirement. That
that's-
wasn't just you needed all of these.
That's his fur. That's like his shirt is
it
on
counts.
his body.
You can't see his chest. He's got his
Yeah.
fur on.
He's got no nipples, dude.
There you go.
I mean,
That's
he's
the
a mammal. He does.
I don't know
No,
if I ever
you can't
looked
see
at
him.
Crash Bandicoot and thought, man, I want to wear his clothes. Like, he just didn't kind of have clothes.
Remember the old Crash commercial when they were right in front of the Nintendo building? trying to sell you a crash
Yeah,
game out of a truck. Or out of a van. Yeah,
That's some good
it's like that.
commercials, man.
Just like that, except you don't see the face in the mouth.
Yeah. So interesting there, Jorge. Very interesting. I don't know. Okay, so if I picked my favorite character's like costume to wear, man, that's really hard, to be honest. I don't know. I'll go last. When do you guys go? I got nothing.
I'm gonna go Dante from Devil May Cry. I really like the red trench coat. I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. Now, am I gonna go from Devil May Cry 3 and be shirtless and have the trench coat with a little strap going over? Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Show off your,
I wouldn't want to
your
say
abs.
okay.
Just show off
Those no abs.
yeah,
No abs.
no abs, no pecs.
All right, what do you got?
I had one and I forgot it.
All right.
Wow. Okay, you go and I'll go last.
It would probably be the Tanuki suit.
Oh,
I mean, just walking around that would be just ridiculous. It'd just be ridiculous, so it'd be funny.
you'd be like all those raccoon memes. You just walk up to like a cat bowl and just like grab the food and just run away. Run away on your hind legs.
Scaring dogs and cats. So
Yep.
Tanuki suit.
I really don't remember. I had a good one and I don't remember what it was. But based on some comic book heroes that I really like, I like Arrow's getup, Green Arrow, in the actual CW show.
Okay.
Some of the newer
All right,
stuff and
okay.
how he has his arrows and just some of the tech that he kind of has randomly on him. I like that style.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
I don't know if I would be Captain America.
Well, you just said your Green Arrow. You get one.
Oh,
You get one.
okay.
So there you go. So Morris, George, we appreciate your emails, guys. Thank you for emailing us and letting us know your favorite character costume, or at least what you'd like to wear. Every month, guys, we have a monthly drawing at the end of the month. And if you are selected from our email pool and your email is right on the air, you are entered into a drawing to win some free swag, some free gear from us, just for chatting with us and having some fun. So Morris and Jorge, you are both entered into that drawing at the end of this month of April.
Got him to say it.
Jorge? I've always said Jorge. I've never said George. So I'm not Joshua
You got on me for saying Jorge.
because it's Jorge.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, so thank you guys. And every month, every week, we're gonna have a question, guys, that you guys are gonna be able to answer. So this week's listener question is about food. So you play in a video game and your character eats that health bar or eats the steak or whatever. What video game food have you been wanting to eat? Like, you just been playing your game, like, man, I'd love to have whatever so-and-so is having. So let us know what video game food that you played that you want to have a snack on as well.
Aha!
Coming him up with a new recipe.
Dang it.
We're on the
Final
same line.
Fantasy XV. So let us know. Again, email us on supercoopsquad@gmail.com or reach us on Twitter @supercoopsquad and let us know what your video game food of choice would be.
Do we just become best friends?
I think we did. I
Yep.
didn't see that movie.
What? Oh my god.
All right, so passing the controller. What's going on with us outside the world of the podcast? Just learning how to deal with young Grayson Mack and my little son there. So that's been a lot of fun and a little bit of work. So that, and then just reading a ton of comics. I haven't had a chance to really game too much outside of Mass Effect. I'm still struggling through that.
Struggling to like finish it or struggling to put up with it?
Just play and put up with it. It's still fun. Just
Yikes.
it's lacking that thing I got in Mass Effect 2 and 3. The Mass Effect 1 was a wholly different experience in 2 and 3, and Andromeda is just not what I'm looking for. But other than that, yeah, I'm going to be picking up Persona 5 very soon. I'm very interested.
Wow,
in that.
really?
You really jumped
That's
in that.
out of nowhere.
I
The
want
RPG
RPG
train.
I
That's
want
cool.
RPG.
I'm happy for you.
I play RPGs. a lot.
I'm happy for you, Johnny.
All right.
That was out of nowhere.
It really isn't. I play a lot of RPGs.
You've never once talked about Persona.
Turn-based
Have you?
RPGs.
You never talk about it.
Turn-based RPGs, I haven't heard you play
I
one in
love
a while.
turn-based
I know.
RPGs.
I haven't heard you play one in a while.
Yeah, so I'm getting back into it. So
Nice.
here we
I like
go.
the Carlton get up you got going on too.
Shut up. This is my Easter gear, sir.
It's Carlton get up.
I'm loving it.
Dun 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 dun. No?
Not unusual to be loved. All right, so passing the controller to you, Garrett. Garrett, I'm gonna give you a nice. It's gonna be
stupid.
It's gonna be
bit.
just one Joy-Con. You get just one Joy-Con.
We did that already.
Well, he's
No,
giving
we
it to you again.
haven't.
He's giving
Yeah.
you the other one Joy-Con.
We've done that already.
Just one Joy-Con?
Yes.
Here's the other one.
Yeah, he gave you
Now
the
you have the other
half.
one. You got two finally.
All right. So, tired. Just got back from Arizona. Spent some time with the lady. Love you. And she turned on a show that I started watching. It's called Legion. So I finally started watching Legion.
Okay.
Weird. It's a weird show, and it gets weirder.
Is it a good weird?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. If you got the mind that can just kind of keep track of things that are going on, watch a show while being confused, it's a good run.
I mean, that was like your name, right? When we watched it.
Yeah.
Like that kind of confused
Yeah.
where you don't know what's going on, but you still put through it?
A little more confused.
More, okay.
Yeah, be more confused. Other than that, still playing Kingdom Hearts. Still enjoying it. And actually, yeah, I think that's about it for me. Oh, super excited. It's Monday, which will be too late for this. So by the time you hear this, it'll be too late.
It'll be yesterday.
NetherRealm is having a stream where they're going to show off Poison Ivy from Injustice. 2 more characters, but they are keeping it hush-hush, so it'll be a surprise. So I'm looking forward to watching that, seeing what she can do, seeing what she's about. Real excited for this game. Like, you guys don't understand.
All right, cool.
All right.
Passing the controller.
Well, I guess I am. Because Johnny said I am.
You were clearly wrapped up.
You're going to get just a PC mouse.
It's just a mouse?
Yep.
Is it even a gaming mouse?
No, it's just 3 buttons. I'll give you the one with the scrolly wheel.
Oh, so that counts as a button?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Johnny was the parent that said, hey, your time's out, give it to your brother. You're like, no, Mom, I haven't found a save yet. Okay, so Zelda, that's still a thing. Don't roll your eyes at me. I'm getting so close to finishing that game. You're just mad because I'm playing one game.
I'm playing one game.
Yeah, I guess. So the NBA Finals started today. That was exciting. Or yesterday. So looking forward to some basketball action. Got a lot of good matches going up. So look forward to watching that.
Basketball Jones. I got a basketball Jones.
No. Prison Break came back finally. So very excited about that. They're 2 episodes in. And it starts off pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they continue that series after this long hiatus.
Don't I look like that guy from Prison Break?
What guy?
I don't know his name. I never watched Prison Break.
You think you look like everybody? Stop.
But
it.
I've been told that I look like one of the
You-
guys from Prison
I
Break.
don't think you have. I think you're just saying that. The Street Fighter E-League is still going on. They're breaking up to every week and a half. So I know they're done airing it, but I have to wait a week and a half between each bracket group to finish watching it. It sucks. Like, just lay it all out. Can I just watch all of it now? Thank you. And that Dragon Ball Super is still going on. It's really tapered off because they're still recruiting. It's taken forever for them just to recruit everybody. So they need to pick it up. We need to watch the Tournament of Power.
They got to train.
They're not even training.
Like a year.
That's not even a thing. The hyperbolic time chamber is destroyed, by the way. Vegeta broke it.
Bringing it back. Vegeta?
Vegeta broke it.
Man.
Yeah, Vegeta
Bringing
broke
back the reference.
And Johnny, if it was your turn again, I would pass you this.
What controller do I start with next week?
I don't know if that's a
not
thing.
how this
I don't know if
works.
that's a
What if-
thing.
Then he'll never get to give anyone a controller.
No, I'm saying if
is the curse.
if Mom were to let you play again, or if you didn't use up your whole hour before Garrett, you would have had this awesome Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller.
Nice.
But it's going back in the closet, and it might not be there by next week.
Oh,
Mom
right.
sold it. Mom sold all your games
dang it, Mom.
for $5
Dang it, Mom.
because that's all GameStop would give her.
Probably. All right, guys. Well, that's what we want to talk about this week. Thank you for listening. We always appreciate you guys, and let your friends, family know about our podcast, and feel free to leave us a review, guys. We always appreciate that. We love hearing from you guys. And shout out really quick to iFootwork. He sent us a really nice review on iTunes. He says, "Great trio of nerds. Dope podcast. Keep up the great work. They hit on different topics, well, not just gaming. And I actually enjoy the trivia they do. Every podcast engages the listen. So iFootwork, we really appreciate your shout out, guys, and
Thank you.
yeah, thank you for that. And anyone else shouts
Thanks,
out to us, gives
iFootwork.
us a review, thank you for that.
Oh, I remember what I forgot. I've been badgered to give a shout out to my endorsement team in my esports league.
You're endorsed.
Yeah, by ourselves.
There you go.
There's just three of us, just me and two friends. When we play games and when we actually go to Evo, we are team IDMC, which stands for I dropped my combo.
Okay.
So we got Pistol Pete, we got his brother Who Rob, and then there's me, Unorthodox,
All right.
because that's how I play,
Very
apparently. So every week he's like, "Have you given me a shout out yet?" And I said, "Have you listened to the podcast?" He's like, "Nope."
Yeah, he doesn't get a shout out until he listens to the
That's what
podcast.
I
This is
told
gonna
him.
get cut.
That's all. No,
Have him
he's,
listen to the
no,
podcast.
he's gonna listen in. I'm gonna make him.
All right, have him listen to an episode first, and then we'll give him the
That's
shout
why.
out.
That's gonna be the contingency.
That sounds all right. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you for listening, and as always, I'm Johnny Mac.
I'm still Garrett.
I'm Unorthodox, aka Joshua.